Megan from Denville says, how did you decide the order of your set list? It's kind of a weird thing to have to do. You have to sort of put yourself in the mindset of the show and feel like, okay, so, you know, like I did a lot of this kind of emotion where I'm like, okay, the show, like, you know, starts off on a high and then like maybe have like a little bit of a more chill moment or whatever, and then let's like really ramp it up, and then towards the end we want it to be like, whew, you know, so working out that kind of stuff and just, yeah, having a good think. Anna from Kelowna says, were some of the scenes in the Blue Neighbourhood trilogy awkward to film? Yeah, just the kissing ones. Kissing scenes are always so weird to film. So weird. Michelle from Hobart says, favorite cereal, I love you, by the way, you talented little angel. Thanks, Michelle. My favorite cereal is Milo cereal. You guys don't have that in America, but in Australia we do, and it's the best. Shannon from Los Angeles says, if you had to describe Blue Neighbourhood to someone who had never heard it, how would you do it? I normally just say it's like alternative pop. Like, yeah, really just like honest pop from like a young person's perspective, I guess. Sarah from Sydney says, do you have a secret talent apart from singing? Everyone knows that I can do this, but I can bend my fingers back, all the way back. Yeah. Sorry, everyone. Miaja from Minneapolis says, what do you do to lift your spirits and entertain yourself when you're on the tour bus? To be honest, so far all I've really done is sleep on the tour bus. But we go to the front lounge and we'll sit and play games with the band and stuff like that, and that's always really fun. Yeah, I had all of these TV shows and movies like ready to go downloaded, and I haven't watched a single one yet, just because every time I get on the bus I'm like, straight away. Christy from Seattle says, how do you snap your fingers like that? I always wanted to know. If you're referring to this, it's because I'm like double jointed or whatever. I guess I was born that way. But if you're talking about this, it's essentially this fingernail hitting this fingernail. So you do that and then you go. And you just like gotta relax your finger. And there you go. Jamina from Guadalajara says, why are you so cute? Why are you so talented? Why are you the male version of Beyonce? Are you an angel? Answer, please. Thank you. I don't even know how to respond. Thank you. Taylor from Ottawa says, what is the greatest piece of advice anyone has ever given you, and who was it? I think, to be honest, I think this is probably like a bit in my head. All of my greatest advices come from my dad. But if I had to like think of someone like cool, that's a cool story, I was in Waiting for Godot, which is like a stage play with Sir Ian McKellen when I was like 15, and I wasn't out to anyone yet, to my family or anything, and he's obviously openly gay and just like such a legend. And he, I just remember him like saying something to me along the lines of like, you'll be okay, or like something like that. It was something very, very small that I probably like took on in such a huge way, but I think he like knew what I was going through and is like, chill, you're gonna be fine. And again, he could have just literally been talking to me about something completely else and just said, you'll be okay, and I would have been like, yes, Sir Ian McKellen, I will be okay. Thank you so much, sir. And like bowed. Jasmine from Orlando says, how many bottles of water do you go through a day? I'm genuinely curious. At the moment, I'm not really feeling that well, so I'm going through like literally 5 or 6. But normally, like 1, maybe 2. It's bad. Kate from Kirov says, what's the most interesting adventure you've ever been on? I would probably say my family and I were in South Africa, where I'm from, and we drove from Johannesburg to the Kruger National Park, which is like an 8-hour drive, and that was insane. It was like, I saw so much. It was beautiful. Lynn from Sweden says, how's the Swedish learning going? Say something in Swedish. Oh god, I've forgotten everything. I'm using Duolingo, the app, to try and learn Swedish and failing miserably. But I can say, jag äter bröd. I eat bread. Jag dricka vatten. I drink water. That's pretty much it. Also, I've even forgotten how to say I don't speak Swedish. I'm sorry. Kartika from Surabaya says, how often do you call your mum and what's it usually about? My mum and I speak on the phone like once a day, and it's normally just like a catch up of what's going on in life. Ruby from Chico says, who was the first artist you were completely obsessed with? When I was a little kid, Michael Jackson, and then when I was like a conscious adult, I would say Amy Winehouse. Oh, that's the end. Thank you all so much, and thank you, Romeo, for having me on the Most Requested Live. I want to meet all of you guys one day soon, and yeah, just want to say thank you so much. Bye. Cool.
Awesome.
Cool.
That felt like making a YouTube
Flawless.
video. That's exactly what making a YouTube video feels like. It's normally I'm like pressing start.
Doing it yourself, yeah.